Hello everybody, Kenny Jackson here. We're back. I did a little bit of off-screen grinding. I managed to get 2 diamonds. I didn't cheat. No, I literally didn't cheat. You can actually, I'll prove it. You can get diamonds of a low percentage from this. A 1% chance, and yet I get 2 diamonds from 1% chance and 1 emerald. 5% chance lapis lazuli, and 1% chance broken platinum. Yeah, I've got more diamonds than I have silver, I think. I don't know. I haven't been checking. But most importantly, we have got 8 iron ore dust, which we can smelt to make 8 iron. Because 8 blocks is the optimal thing for smelting, in case you didn't know already. I've also expanded out the platform ever so slightly. But what we need to do is we need to do this, and we need to hope and pray, and see if we can get, stuff to... If we can get at least 1 sapling from this. Yeah, we got a sapling and a silkworm. Just out for emergencies. But what we are going to do, which is more important, is using 2 of these, is make some shears. Because shears are much more efficient at everything. Involving trees and this mod pack. Because you put your stuff, for example, just done. Eventually, it means we'll need more barrels. Or other ways to make dirt. I don't know. Maybe there's a mechanical way to make dirt with machines. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. But I think you are supposed to be able to get saplings and stuff with it as well. I think. Oh well. Whoops. At least we have 1 sapling and a silkworm. So, we're breaking even. There we go, another sapling. And an apple! The saviour of our lives. I'm gonna eat this apple. I'm gonna eat you. Done. Compost. Compost. Doink. Another one. So, now that we have 6 iron, there are some things we can do. Are you ready for this? We can put it in the chest. But that means that we have extra stuff for when we need to make other things. But we are working towards this. So we have a bucket. So, machine frame, basic. Basic. So we need 4 iron ingots. Okay. A tin gear, which is another iron ingot, around 4 tin. Okay, oops. Doesn't matter. And 4 glass of any kind, I believe. I think, anyway. I would imagine it's any kind of glass. I can't see just regular glass on here, but I assume that it's any kind of glass. So we need 4... So basically, do we have enough to make... We have 4 broken tin ore. That's enough to make 1 tin. Back to the drawing board. But what we can do is we can make the 4 sand at least into the 4 glass we need. In fact, we'll go the whole hog and make 8 glass from 1 coal. So that's that stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Da 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 da. Done, 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 and done. And we put that in there. Put coal in. Done. But what we're going to do now is we're going to, now that we've done that little bit of skit, we're going to throw this out the window. Why? Because we have 2 diamonds. And this is, whoops, this is much, much more efficient. We are going to keep some of those, though. I'm just going to do that. Because this is so much faster, and means the grinding will take less time. Theoretically. If only there was a way to improve our chances, however, of getting these, ores. Like, ore things, like specific stuff. I don't know if there is. But as you can see, this diamond is much quicker. Like, we completely surpassed iron, because iron is actually useful for other things, like every machine ever in the mod pack. But we need to get that gosh danged tin. That's like tin is like useful again. Tin is another thing that is useful for everything in the mod pack. And speaking of everything, I found out that with these sieves, okay, you can theoretically, on a very odd occasion, probably like somebody do some maths, get every single ore out of one thing, because everything is a probability, and you can get multiple of a thing. So in theory, on a very low, probably like 1 in half a billion chance, you can get everything. Broken silver, broken ore. We didn't get any broken tin, though. That's annoying. Okay, so it takes 8 to do that. It takes 8 to make 1 block. Doink. 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 Sorry, I'm being annoying, but Cobbly Bob will now be much faster as a result of this. So we're going to work towards an aqueous accumulator, so we can do crops, so we can survive. Then we're going to work towards something called an autonomous activator, which basically, when given a redstone signal and some fuel, no, not redstone, when given some fuel and stuff to put in it, it will left click or right click, meaning that obviously you can have an automatic miner or an automatic crafting machine. Anyway, we need to. So yeah, autonomous activators. I've spoken about them already. Important, because they allow you to sort of, you know, mine stuff while you're not. Mine while you mine. Yo, dog, I heard you like mining, so I put a mining thing in your mining thing, so you can mining thing while you mining thing. So we're after additional tin. And hopefully we'll eventually try and build a smelter as well in order to further increase efficiency. Because for every one thing you smelt, you get like a little bit extra, or is it like 2? Something like that. I don't know if it applies to gravel ores or etc, but nobody knows, basically. Boom. 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 I wonder how many pieces of like gravel I've like put through so far. Probably like more than 100. It does take a while to get into this, I guess, but I guess that's how a Skyblock works. And if only I were better at editing. Of course, once I get proper thingies and stuff, proper like paid. But yeah, yeah. What was I talking about? Oh, sorry, I had to pause recording because relative appeared. Hang on a minute. Oh, no, it's off center. There we go. Relative appeared. Interrupted my recording. No offense to them, obviously, but they interrupted my recording. What was I talking about? I know I was on the trail of how many I'd done of this, play over 100, and then did I start talking about money? I forget. Gosh. Anyway, how much tin do we get? We got 3 tin out of that, which brings up to 9, which is just over 2 pieces. We still have a long way to go before we can actually. Sorry about that. Pause recording because got interrupted. And I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So bit of a blip there. But we got a few extra bits of. We didn't get enough for 3. We didn't get enough for 4. We got 9, so we're almost there. And great, now I'm getting people text messaging me. Urgh. Excuse me while I turn my phone on silent. Gosh, it's like you get to like a certain point in the evening, and then all of a sudden, everyone wants to talk to you. I'm doing a YouTube recording. It's like people don't realize how rude they're being sometimes. It's like, just don't, like, to all my friends, don't message me, I'll message you when I'm done. I know that sounds really mean and, like, spiteful, but seriously, The amount of times I get interrupted during a YouTube recording by just ping! Plus, you can't, like the iPhone, you can't change it to anything other than ping! Like, you can't change it to something interesting like Como Diota! Or, I don't know, Joseph Joesting, oh my god. Because it's like, why does it have to be ping? I mean, even if you could change it, you've got to buy the thing that the thing to change it to. You can't just make your own ringtone. No, that's stupid. You have to buy it on the iTunes store. Because, you know, people want to make 35p off of something. Then again, maybe I could just put something on the iTunes store myself. And that's probably what 90% of people do. But I don't know how to do that. We've got 4 more of these left to scoop through. Scoop through? What's a foo-foo? A foo-foo? A through-foo. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, autonomous activators and aqueous accumulators is what we're aiming for at the moment. We're not just gonna find one of those in thin air, though. We got 10, a broken tin. Well, actually, hold on a minute, there's one there. So all we need is 2 more, right? Right. So all we need is 2 more of that and we can actually make this thing. I think. So we have to really hope and be lucky. We might not see it until next episode. Well, and that's just the basic engine part, isn't it? Oops. That's just the basic core. I think we might need copper. Please give me 2 tin. Please give me 2 tin from this. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was, I think it was probably flint. Because flint is like the most common thing. But you can't use flint for like much else in this mod pack, I don't think. Other than repairing your basic level stuff. It's funny. We get more gold and more, you know, like others. We get like more gold than we seem to get tin. It's okay. We got lots of copper. But let's just check back at this recipe quick. Actually, no, we'll do that before we end the episode, because that's something that won't take very long just to check progress on. Imagine that it takes like almost like an episode to get to the point where you can do one thing. But it's like one of those mod packs that essentially accelerates the further you get into it. So it's like the more you get into the mod pack, the more you do at one point, because it's all about automation. Which is why I usually get stuck around about the autonomous activator step, because I'm not very good at optimizing where all the stuff goes. Like, I don't know how to do that, like pipes and stuff. Like, because it's breaking a block. So I don't know if there's any better ways of doing that. Answers in the comments, please. Because this is going to be the end of the session, I think, for this day. Well, by the time you probably put in a comment, I'll be at that point. So I'm going to ask now, while there's still time. Gimme this tin, I need it. Give me all the tin. No, I'm gonna put that. I don't know why I started singing a different version of ABBA's Give Me Man After Midnight. Give me some tin. Are you tin or nickel? Why am I getting nickel, not tin? Question of the day. Question of the day, like, what is, like, obsidian? Because I know it's like some weird, like, it's like obsidian glass or something. It's like really brittle, but like every other game ever, it's like super hard. But what is obsidian in real life actually used for? Because it's obviously not used for what we use it for in Minecraft. And stuff. Like, all these metals and stuff, we use them for different things, but is that actually realistically what we do with them? Because I'd never thought, because everything was just like, oh, it's made of steel, right? Every machine ever. No. Come on, seriously? No tin? Okay. Rip me. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to end this video off here. We're going to, off recording, get to the point where we get more tin, and I can actually show you what this aqueous accumulator does. Hopefully. I'm using inverted commas. But thank you guys for watching this video here. Don't forget to leave a like, favorite, subscribe, and all that stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye!